here tells me you are the one who slayed that bastard Frieza.
Frieza? Yep, that was me, all right. I beat him, sir.
It doesn't seem possible that you could defeat him as you are, but I understand you're capable of transformation into one of these Super Saiyans.
Yes, it's quite the power-up. You're very well informed.
And yet, you know nothing of the Super Saiyan God. Say, Whis, is Prince Vegeta able to turn into a Super Saiyan as well?
Yes, as are each of the other 3 Saiyans who presently reside on Earth.
Wow, you really are a knowledgeable fella, aren't you?
They all have this power, huh? That strikes me as odd. Though, perhaps I'll need to go ask them instead.
But Lord Beerus, I doubt they know any more about a Super Saiyan God than Goku does.
That may be, but I won't know unless I ask them, will I? Whis, how long to reach Earth from here?
About 3 minutes, I'd say.
That's not too bad. Then it's settled. It's time I checked out this Earth.
About that. You're not planning to destroy it or anything, are you?
As long as nothing that happens there annoys me.
Hey, listen. You're supposed to... Sorry, I mean Lord Beerus, sir. I have heard that your lordship is incredibly strong. How about showing me just a teensy bit of your strength, sir?
You want me to demonstrate my power? What have you in mind?
We could go toe-to-toe in a sparring match, even if only for a minute.
Silence, Goku! That's enough out of you!
I have lived time, yet never in all my years have I been issued a challenge such as yours. You certainly seem quite sure of yourself. Or could it simply be that you're just an arrogant fool?
Yes, he is a fool! He's a big, dumb, stupid fool! Just look at him!
Why not? Go ahead and come at me with everything you've got.
Sweet! Thank you very much, sir.
Oh.
But are you sure you want my full power right off the bat? If I hurt you, I don't want you getting all ticked off and taking your anger out on this planet.
You have my word. Well, let's begin.
All right, let's get it. Before we get started, I just want to allow my guest opportunity to introduce themselves. Basically, tell everybody who you are, basically your podcast, and also tell us your favorite character from Battle of Gods and why. I'm going to let you go first, Kevin.
All right, you guys can find me on YouTube at Culture Anime, where we talk about a bunch of anime, where Raysean's a frequent guest, where we talk about Boruto. And my favorite character in Battle of Gods is going to have to be Whis, and I'll say later on, but like I like somebody who can tame the beast of Beerus. Like you're thinking like, how is he stronger than the God of Destruction? And like later on, we found out more. But for me, my favorite character is Whis, especially later on. We know what he's done for Goku and Vegeta. I really like it.
For sure. Whis was an amazing character. It's funny because I low key picked him too as my favorite character in here, and I'm just gonna go with why, because I pretty much like the fact that he kind of gives off the servant type of character in this, and you figure out the end that he's actually the strongest character, and you're sitting back like, oh shit, for real, like, oh. And then that moment when he literally knocked Beerus out, and he's like, oh shit, yeah, he's gonna be out for 3 days, and you're like, damn, did he just tap this nigga and knock him out for 3 days? Like, what the heck is this? And then if you watch the anime, because if you know, they made an anime version of this, there's a moment in the anime where you have Piccolo grab on to Whis. And then after you hear that moment, when you be like, okay, this is the dude that taught Beerus, and you kind of think back to that moment, like, bro, Piccolo could have got fucked up. It wasn't his name to get off him and check. He was fucked up, bro. It would have been so quick too. That's what hilarious.
That was one of my likes. Like, I love when Piccolo, he looks and he's like, get your fucking hands off me, boy, if you don't know what's good for you.
Oh man. Oh, is that in the movie? I thought that was only in the anime. Oh man, I might have skimmed past that part a little bit. That's a little But all right, what about you, Josh?
For me, it's Josh. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Dad's Anime Stash. If you like knowing what happened on Digimon 3 days ago without watching it, you can listen to us talk about it for much, much longer than the show is. We go very in depth about our Digimon beat break, which has a really weird schedule nowadays. The dub is behind the sub as it normally is, but every 5 weeks they release 5 episodes. Such a weird thing to do. I've never. They think
all
they're
at once?
something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like they give you 5 sub episodes, you got to wait till all 5 of them come out weekly, and then you get the 5 dub all at once.
That's weird.
That's interesting, man. So how do y'all do the episodes? Do y'all do them by those 5 episodes, or do y'all do that by episode?
We talk about the subs. We watch the sub.
Oh, okay.
I learned how to read so I could watch it. So it was definitely worth it.
Man, I don't know if that's a shot at the my reel I have on Instagram, but that's hilarious. That
shot at you, Raysean.
I'm glad, but it's so funny because I've had that sub versus dub reel on my Instagram. I hope you guys, if you got the chance, you guys got to check it out. It's so funny to see the amount of arguments and how like fast people are so quick to just jump to an opinion over just something that I feel like people don't listen correctly. Like they hear what they want to hear. They hear something. They hear that one piece of thing, but they don't hear you like try to correct it a little bit later. Like it's just so funny to me. And I'll be sitting there like y'all arguing about something that he literally corrects at the end, basically saying, at the end this is all dumb. Why are we even arguing about this?
Yeah, what are you getting out of this? No matter what, you're gonna watch it.
It's hilarious. But for my preference, just to say, to be honest with you, I always say I watch something, whatever I kind of started it in, I usually kind of finish it in. So if I kind of started it in dub, I probably finish in dub. If I started in sub, most time I'm probably finishing sub. There's a lot of sub anime out there that don't get a dub, and it's like, are you not just gonna not watch it because it don't have a dub? You know what I mean? It is some good moments when that sub does end up getting the dub. You'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's happened on a few things like Prince of Tennis and stuff like that. They came back and did it. So
I'll be honest with you. Literally, the only things I will watch subbed are Digimon and Dragon Ball Z. I just don't. I will be honest with you. I might be a little slow, so it is very hard for me to keep up reading subtitles, especially when you get into really wordy stuff.
Yeah.
So, like,
anime have gotten there too.
I watched like 30 episodes of Space Brothers, but like I was literally pausing it to read it, and I was like, I can't do this. There'll be like a chunk of text on the screen because they're talking so much and so fast.
Yeah, I think it was like Demon Slayer or it was Jujutsu Kaisen, and it was so much stuff happening that it was like all these different things they were trying to name that was like around them and stuff. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit, you got a screenshot just to keep up with this stuff. But it's not like it's hard to do. Like if you've been able to watch anime and stuff like that, yeah, you know what I mean? I think watching sub is the only way you kind of pick up on some Japanese words every once in a while. You'd be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I know a little Japanese. I might be able to do something. I wouldn't be able to do shit. If I can barely pronounce English words on this podcast half the time, man.
And I still like it always amazes me how I will watch something and hear a character's name 100 times in an episode and then mispronounce it the second I say it. And you do the same, Raysean. You know you do.
I do. I do it all the time.
You just watched it. You heard that name 50 times, and then you're pronouncing it all weird. And it's just,
I just say my way is the American way. Yeah. I can't say it the Japanese. I can't say it the Japanese way. That's how they say it in Japan. This is how I say it. You know what I mean? Quote me. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and jump back to our main topic. We're talking about Battle of Gods. Main reason we kind of doing this because you're kind of probably like, why are you talking about this old ass movie? Kind of Kevin brought up this idea, so I'm kind of throwing it in there. But the main reason that we're talking about this is because, we kind of got some news that they're bringing Dragon Ball back, and we've been waiting for this news for so fucking long. I know it's been hard, especially after the death of Toriyama, it was really kind of like, are they even going to do it? And they had all that shit in the background trying to figure out who had rights. And I don't know how it got figured out, but I feel like somebody just sat back and was like, bruh, we arguing, we missing money. Like, I don't know what are we doing? Like,
guarantee you that's it. Somebody was like, as opposed to all of us making nothing, what if all of us made something?
You know what I mean? So it's like now we got some shit happening. We kind of hearing about a new schedule, and that all of these new animes are kind of getting to like 24 to 25 episodes with like One Piece, Black Clover, Boruto, and I think this new Dragon Ball Galactico Patrol that they're basically going to be covering. Is basically going to be about 25 to 24 episodes, which is kind of weird. It might be broken into parts, might do cores, because I feel like it's going to have to be more than just 25 episodes. Maybe like 2 or 3 cores, especially how Bleach are doing it, which, depending on how Bleach brings back this last 4th core is going to really shape up if anime is going to be breaking shit down into 4 parts like this. You know what I mean?
So you got to think for the studio aspect. Toei Animation, they have One Piece as well too, which is a conglomerate of its own. So they're going seasonal, which means half the staff is going to be focused on Patrol arc. Then when that's done, they're going to go focus on the Elbaf arc. So I think it's going to be spinning back and forth, with the staff of between both arcs, and which is Studio Period is doing the same exact thing with Bleach. They're doing multiple cores and they're doing Black Clover. So they're splitting their teams up, in my opinion, to give the best animation they possibly can.
Yeah, they probably to not have anime kind of competing with each other so much, probably kind of space them out a little bit, probably give us more give the animationers more time, give them more breaks and stuff like that, hopefully. But I don't know, this might be a little bit harder because it's like, okay, we're getting off this project, now we're getting back on this project. Like,
yeah. So I want to talk about something real quick, all right? So
go ahead, take over.
When Super ended with the tournament power, it was hype. Every country was having watch shows for the fight between Jiren and Goku, which was phenomenal. And then they dropped the Broly movie, which holy shit, we're getting the Broly part of canon. I feel like they missed a golden opportunity where they could have 2022 when they dropped Superhero, they could have dropped the Moro arc movie, because the year before Demon Slayer just came out, the Mugen Train, which was phenomenal. And I feel like Dragon Ball missed a golden opportunity right there to drop the Moro arc, then do an arc now with superheroes with Gohan and Piccolo. I feel like they realized, like, damn, we should have capitalized then for that Moro arc, because at that time Moro arc was on fire. Everybody was talking about it at that time.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Like, strike while the iron's hot, not when the iron cooled down 4 years ago.
True. I mean, I agree with you. You know what I mean? So, like, they low-key kind of got to rebuild that hype. But I will say, I feel like that hype is still there because they left it where it's like they left the manga on a good part where everybody's like, what the fuck is going to happen next? And like, I feel like the anticipation on more Dragon Ball Z content is going to be there. Like, I feel like they don't have to worry about if people are going to watch. Like, that's going to be taken care of. I feel like if they wanted to go more like the movie routes, kind of like the Demon Slayer and stuff like that, and kind of like go and kind of control that route, they probably should have went the way you said. But they didn't do it. When Toriyama died, it really screwed a lot of things up because now so many more people now have more say versus just one person kind of like, yeah, we're doing this. You know what I mean? Now
Isn't
you got
that amazing though that like Toriyama died, right? But also, Tora, or I told you I don't know anyone's name. Dude wrote the whole, he wrote the whole Galactic Patrol arc. So obviously, just let him keep going. Why is it even a debate?
Yeah, but see, I can get with the feeling of like, this is this man's work. I don't want to kind of mess with it. I don't want to do anything. Now everybody like, and then it's so like high regarded. It's like, you know what I mean? But
you talking about from his standpoint, like he doesn't want to take over and maybe drop the ball.
Yeah, basically that's what I would think, low key, because it's kind of
someone's
like,
got to run with it, man. Like, and if not him, they're gonna find someone else who's not gonna be as good.
I think no matter what, he's gonna take over. But I can see why it kind of took him a minute to kind of be like, you know what? Let me kind of make sure I got a good story. Let me make sure this flushed out. Let me make sure this is kind of good. Then you got the background. These people arguing, trying to figure out who gonna get the rights and what TV show, because the anime had enough content. The anime could have kept going. They could at least had about a few arcs going. Because I think you got the Galactical Patrol. Then you still got Granola arc. I was about to say something else.
I mean, you're Galactic Patrol.
I was about to say Goliath.
You can cut Galactic Patrol into 2 arcs easily.
Yeah,
you could pull 26 episodes out of both parts of the Galactic Patrol.
For sure, because especially with the whole Ultra Instinct stuff, and then the moral, and then the Beerus, that whole little train and stuff. So it's a lot. It's gonna
be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
And then just to see our characters come back, then I want to just see like a lot of, because we always talk about like Vegeta made this big change, and I feel like a lot of people who only watch Super only seen it from the Super perspective and not really from the people who've seen the whole manga. So I feel like now a lot of people can see what people were talking about, where it's like, yeah, Vegeta's probably one of the best written characters in there, man. Okay, so now let's go back to the movie. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and give the plot of the movie. Beerus, the god of destruction, wakes up and learns that Goku defeated Frieza. He remembers a prophecy about a powerful warrior called the Super Saiyan God and goes to find Goku. Goku fights Beerus, but easily is beaten. Beerus then comes to Earth during Bulma's birthday party. Many Z fighters try to fight him, but they easily get beaten. Beerus gets angry and plans to destroy Earth, until Goku appears and suggests that they use the Dragon Balls. Which I think that whole scene is kind of funny, like just seeing Shenron kind of being that character that's always looking down on motherfuckers. It's finally hearing, oh, Beerus. Oh, shit, hell no. Nah. I guess that's one of those only little situations where they kind of hype Beerus up, because that was one of the little critiques I think maybe me and Joshua were kind of having a little bit versus the anime, where it seemed like Beerus wasn't really a villain. Like, he didn't really give that villain in this movie. Like he was the god of destruction, yes, but like without having him, like in the anime, you have him like destroy a bunch of planets and stuff before he kind of gets to Goku. Without him doing all that stuff and him going straight to Goku, it just kind of just like, it just seemed like he just woke up and just was like, you know what? Let me just go. Let me do a little exercise. You know what I mean? Let me just fuck around with some people type shit. Because the only people I felt like that was really scared was the Supreme Cast. Not even the normal people every day. They just watching the shit like, nigga, them rich people crazy. Like,
yeah, that shit's so far removed from the everyday man.
It's crazy. But going back into the plot a little bit. Shenron kind of gives them the tale of how to make a Super Saiyan God. He basically tells them they need 6 Saiyans, and then they need to put their heart into 1 Saiyan and to make a Super Saiyan God. I might have just messed that up, but I'm just going off the top of my dome. So they basically make a Super Saiyan God. He fights Beerus, and even though Goku got strong, Beerus is way stronger, beats his ass pretty much, takes him back down to Earth. Basically let them know, like, you know, you got to that God power, but you're nowhere near me. I do like the fact that Beerus kind of hit him with, you know, I just want to hear you say, I give up. Which, you know, it's cool. But see, that villain part would have been like, hey, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care, you get, you know. I would have kind of wanted more, a little bit more of that energy, and kind of more like blow up the planet, kind of more like the Frieza movie, where even though Vegeta could have killed him, he still said, fuck that shit, nigga, I'm taking this with me. So I kind of wish that kind of had more of that vibe a little bit.
You wanted Beerus to be a villain?
I wanted him to be like you should fear me because of what my title is. But you know, I might fuck around a little bit. Like when Bulma smacked him, if I was the god of destruction, the planet gone. That's
Hakai.
that would I would have destroyed the whole planet on some bullshit like that. That would have been like, oh hell nah, these mortals that lost their damn mind.
Remember,
Did he tell you I was a god of destruction? I would have asked Vegeta, like, did you let her know? Because there's no way she just smacked me knowing that. Because if she did, it's over.
Yeah.
Your life is done.
remember when Beerus deleted Zomnus? I would have the same to the bone, but you guys fucking smacked the god of destruction? Hakai.
But see,
Okay.
the funny thing about it though is I low-key will respect her for doing it. Because I only human I feel like that would even do that is Bulma.
Yeah,
Would
do you
go
see
up
her
and-
husband?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's
But yeah, that's the thing. She's one of those girls who's like, my boyfriend could beat you up.
well, she just saw him get his ass whooped, and that's why he smacked him. And that's when he get the whole, you smacked my Bulma fucking power up and fucking somehow takes his Super Saiyan 2 over Super Saiyan 3, which is crazy. But I'll let it be. But I don't know. I'm more of a Goku tard. I know there's a lot of people that like Vegeta, but I'm always gonna be a main character. So to me, it'd be a little. I always hate when people be like, the secondary character stronger than the first. It'd be like, are you sure? Are we overhyping that a little bit? I feel like he could do the same thing. You know what I mean? But okay, these are just thoughts I thought were interesting while we were kind of watching the movie. First thing I thought, they kind of had this whole idea that like Krillin was so clueless about Bulma's age. How? Y'all been with each other
40 years.
for the
Yes.
longest. How old is Goku? She can't be more than 5 years older than him. Like why is this? How old are you? Like I would have been like, what the fuck do you mean? Like,
She's like, don't ask a lady her age. She'd be like, dude, we've known each other our entire lives.
like, you know what? I'm like, what? I'm like, if you know how old Yamcha is, he can't.
Go ask your
he
wife. You just
cannot
met her a
be-
couple of years ago.
I can understand her maybe saying maybe like 5 or 6. Maybe she only as old as her parts. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. It could,
God, Raysean.
wouldn't be Piccolo only 3 or 4, so it's like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah.
No, he's not. Piccolo's at least 20 by this point.
Oh well, yeah. I think in the
How old's
beginning
Gohan?
he's like 4. Like, Gohan, he got to be about 20. He got
25.
he got to be in about his 20s. He got a whole wife. Pan's like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? She's in preschool or kindergarten. One of those.
Yeah, Gohan has a 401k already.
This is another thing. This is a funny thing, and I want you guys to answer this because I thought this was interesting when they brought it up. Is it accurate to say Goku slayed Frieza, or did he just beat him? Or because I go with he just beat him.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't slay him.
He didn't. You know what? I feel like the recognition of killing Frieza that goes to Trunks. And he never really. No one ever really acknowledges it. I wonder. Is that like a time loop or something? Like they don't know that happened because they were like he slayed or killed.
That could be it. Because if Goku wanted to kill Frieza, he could have. It was very clear who won that fight. And if Goku was on Earth when Frieza got there, again, it's very clear who would have won that fight. So, but yeah, you're right. They need to do a little more intel and find out who actually killed Frieza.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
didn't one of the people from superhero movies watch the YouTube video of Trunks destroying Frieza in a matter of 5 seconds?
Yeah, it's in superhero, and that screws with my head every time I see it. I'm like, no, that was like a minute and a half. What is happening?
Bruh, it's crazy. When they brought that up, I'm just sitting here like I want to give Goku the feat. Yeah, he beat him, but I don't want to say he killed him because it's like he didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, let's give the props who did it, but maybe not. Maybe the only Trunks in that timeline is the kids' Trunks, which I just kind of thought about that. That's pretty good, interesting. See, because we were kind of talking about different versions of Battle of Gods, and I was kind of thinking of like which perspective, like if they change perspectives of the movie, like if you can see this movie from a different person's perspective in this movie, who perspective would you want to see it in? And I said I would probably want to see it from Whis' perspective. Why? Because I would like to see it from Whis' perspective, from the perspective of, okay, this guy that I'm supposed to be attending, making the God of Destruction, he wakes up early. There's something he never fucking does. Okay, so what's making him wake up? Okay, he wants to go fight this Super Saiyan God. I've never fucking heard of no fucking Super Saiyan God. What the fuck is this guy fucking talking about? Now we're gonna fucking chase around the fucking world trying to find who the fuck this guy is.
Fuck that much.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is inner dialogue that's inside his head. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring it out. Like, this is what I'm trying to do from his perspective. So now we go to this King Kai world. Now I'm bringing this nigga here to talk to him. You forgot you didn't blew this motherfucking planet up. Like, how you even we talking to this motherfucker and you got low key got beef, but since you stronger, he ain't gonna bring it up. But okay. Now we about to go to Earth. Now we going to Earth to go chase this motherfucker I know don't exist, because I can low-key figure out who everybody is, because low-key you tell me find Goku, I find this nigga without nothing. Like, that nigga on King Kai planet. Like, let's go. Like that to me blew me out, because I was like, how the fuck did we just figure out where the fuck Goku was right there? But okay, we go to fucking Earth. We eating all this fucking delicious food. He over here having his little BS for the people. I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Hey, can you make me some macaroni and some shit? Yeah, put season salt on that. That's good as fuck. Oh, he about to blow up the planet. Hey, can I get an apple pie? I just want to see the perspective of Whis, just from that to him coming up there, him like, oh damn, you know, if you would have whooped his ass, I would have just asked you if you wanted to be God of Destruction, because it's based on who the strongest nigga. Like, that's all. I'm just following whoever it is. So
yo,
low key luck you kept your job.
I promise you, once we started eating those cake, he was like, yeah, we're not blowing this shit up. I like this planet. I'll override this shit. Like, Beerus, nah, we ain't blowing this up. We keeping this one around.
Come up there and hit him in the back of the head, be like, yeah, he was just tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, I like you guys in this food. We ain't blowing this shit up.
I think you're right about that. I think you're absolutely right about that. He would have stopped it.
Yeah, he was like, nah, we ain't doing this. Beerus, nah, we ain't doing this. We'll do another planet. We can do Namek or something, but not this one.
We'll do Namek.
We can easily blow them up. You eat their food, they trying to serve you lettuce and grass and shit. Talking about we drink water. Oh yeah, blow this shit up, nigga. Low key, but I just thought if they low key gonna do it from if they're gonna do a different retelling of the movie, let's get it from a different perspective. Yeah. And why wouldn't Whis' perspective be amazing to see it from? You know what I mean? Even Bulma's. I think Bulma's perspective, low-key, would be kind of interesting. Going from like this being your birthday party and then low-key turn into another world, like, to get your ass smacked to like, oh my God. Say your husband get his ass almost killed, like, and then having to go back to your old reliable, like, yes, I believe in my husband, but you know, the world's not really safe until I see Goku. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's when I really know the world is safe.
Oh my God.
Oh, he can go out here and do all he wants, but until I see this man, the world is still in danger. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into our likes real quick. I'm gonna let you go ahead first, Kevin. What would your first like be?
Seeing Beerus in action for the first time. Mind you, the last time we see Goku, regardless what iteration you saw of him, for me, you know, when he fought on Boo for the last time, we're thinking, man, holy shit, this guy's strong, and he can easily go one toe-to-toe with Beerus, you know what I mean? Somebody who's, you know, been sleeping for X amount of years, Goku who's training every single day with Kai's planet. You're thinking Super Saiyan 3, like, okay, he's gonna put up a challenge. Neck chop, done. Yep. Then that's what we thought, okay, Goku needs to go back to the lab and do more work.
What was it, 2 blows he hit him with and that took him out? Because that shit was fucking hilarious. I just thought it was funny. He let them all power up all the way up, and he's just looking at him like, oh, that's it?
That's it?
That's it.
You talking to me and you know you had all that shit to talk about. You want to challenge me and this it? All right. Let me show you something real quick. See, that's the only but see, I feel like that's the only hype moment we kind of got from this movie, because that's the only time we were like, okay, we know Beerus is stronger than Super Saiyan 3. You know what I mean? So when you got King Kai kind of rushing to tell Vegeta, like, hey, you can't go Super Saiyan 3. So I need y'all to calm y'all shit down. When Beerus come there, I need you to keep it cool. And which Vegeta pretty much does. This is the only time where I see the start of Vegeta's like character change really kind of sets in, where you see him kind of actually trying to actually keep things situated and calm down and not trying to fight Beerus, even though Beerus is kind of being a little disrespectful in some ways, but he's like, you know, I know if shit get out of hand, we can't do nothing. Which, you know, the Vegeta that low-key made Cell power up to get perfect. This is not that Vegeta. This Vegeta would have tried to fight him on day on sight.
Yeah. lesson learned.
You know,
that's
maybe Android 18 seeing her every day might be a good awakening to be like, yeah, that was the day I got my ass.
He just sees her and starts rubbing his arm.
You know, that's you bitch.
But yeah, man, that leads like my favorite moment in all this was Goku's speech about pride and how disappointed he was that he couldn't reach the power level on his own. And he says how he respects Vegeta for making a fool out of himself because he's always so prideful. Yep. I was like, that's one of my favorite Goku moments.
Okay. And it's so funny because you start to kind of see all that character change within this movie, like him allowing Goku and not really arguing that much to fight Beerus, which you kind of see a little bit later on. He wasn't really trying to, like, after he got his ass whooped, he wasn't like, I'm not about to just go ahead and jump in there and try to fight Beerus. If you want to do it, go ahead, main character. That's your job. You go ahead. But I think just to seeing the start of Vegeta's kind of character change, and then I think it's kind of funny though when you have Piccolo kind of call out everybody talking about, yeah, we only got like one or two pure Saiyans, and kind of making it seem like Goku wasn't a pure Saiyan, and calls out Trunks. Any little kid that have a girlfriend at that age ain't no pure. I was like, damn, I like Bulma. Like, is you jealous, nigga? Like, you ain't had nobody, bitch. Since when? You mad? Like, ooh. Like, I'm glad they didn't go that deep, but it got that deep because, like, dang, why you want to call everybody out like that? Like, jeez. But I did think it was kind of disrespectful. Even it seemed like he was calling Goku out a little bit. Like, you know, Goku ain't even all that pure. You know what I mean? He saves the day, but 10 out of 10 times it might have been his fault. I didn't say that out loud though, but okay.
He's like, oh, if he's so pure, why did I raise his son?
You try to take this to court. I'd be like, you know what, man?
Twice. That's not gonna be the second time he blew himself up with Cell.
Yeah. Then I just had
Piccolo was like, oh, here we go again, man. I gotta be a dad again.
I had to take him to the side and talk to him real quick. You know, like, you know. But we don't even got to wait for Beerus to blow up this planet, man. Me and you can just talk right back there real quick. Seems like you got some shit you want to get off your chest. But for one of my favorite moments, I had to give it to, I thought this was a funny moment because of how it happened and how it kind of played down. You have King Kai kind of talking to the Supreme Kai, and they're kind of talking like to each other telepathically, kind of talking about, okay, Beerus is waking up and shit like that. We can't let these two motherfuckers know about each other. And then you got Goku kind of like, what the fuck? What are y'all talking about? What's a Beerus or something like that? And then you got King Kai. The next thing is hilarious to me because he's basically because the reason why even King Kai even has to say anything is because Goku's like, I'm just gonna go ask Supreme Kai. This scene where you get King Kai and Goku in the car, and he's like secretly telling Goku in the car, like, fucking Supreme Kai can't hear that shit, like he's being sneaky. I think that shit is fucking hilarious to me.
Just hearing cars, dude.
The whole interaction and how they just play up with each other is fucking funny. And then you got when fucking Beerus comes there and Goku tries to introduce himself, and he has to smack the shit out of him. Like, nigga, you was 40 years old, bro. You don't know how to introduce yourself, bro. Man, you got people out here thinking I ain't training you. Like, oh man, I love King Kai. I gotta give him his props.
He's good in this one.
It's funny because if you think about it, Beerus and Goku are really exactly alike. They just want to fight the strongest at that time. And plus, this fight laid the foundation for Super moving forward because now it's like, okay, now we see the potential what Goku and Vegeta can truly become, and Gohan as well too. Like this right here laid the foundation. Like I said, foundation for Super moving forward.
For sure, and they really let it really hit that when they allowed Goku to kind of achieve that power with just his own energy. When his power kind of stops and he's still kind of fighting Beerus one-on-one. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that scene where you got Piccolo like, oh shit, he's back down to his Saiyan form, and they still just rumbling. Low key, if I was Piccolo, I would have been like, he's doing way better than he was doing when he was in his God form. Like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, shit. But all right, I'll let you go ahead. Josh, what was your next one?
I like that the fate of the world came down to Oolong. He really deserved to be the hero.
Given that moment, yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of, everybody always wonder why there's like, why can't, it's always Goku, Vegeta. They always the ones that got to save the day. You know, it could have low-key been somebody else. It just wasn't his day. You know, it's always like that. You know, it just wasn't your day that day. If he would have guessed right, hopefully Beerus would have kept his word. He seemed like he would have kept his word low-key. This version of Beerus, I feel like, would have kept his word.
It's not always the strongest that saves the world. Sometimes it's, you know,
the smartest.
Rock, paper, scissors. Well, he's not the smartest either, but
well, you know, I guess
he had
I don't
3
want to call
wives at
Beerus,
one
though.
point, so he had that going for him.
I'm like, yeah, we don't even know how long Oolong is. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was similar to the same age as Master Roshi. Would you be surprised?
We'll never know.
Like, come on. What about you, Kevin? What's your next one?
My next one is Beerus versus the Z Fighters. You see Boo coming up. Okay, you're like, okay, Goku can't do nothing. Let's see if Boo can at least do something. Beerus, nothing. Gohan, nothing. The kids, nothing. He's smacking the shit out of his Gotenks. He's smacking their asses. And then I believe he knocked out Piccolo with using chopsticks. I'm like, oh my god, he is just fucking. He's giving no effort into it. He's like, you know what? Let me fuck around, I guess, for you guys. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, right, again, just showing his true dominance without even giving it any effort.
Yeah, I love the fight style they chose for him in that moment, because it really gave off like a godly type of feel where it's kind of like just pressure points and I'm just tapping you real quick and it's fucking you motherfuckers up. Like, it don't matter what you hit me with or try to come at me. You're nowhere near it can touch me. So but that moment where you kind of get like Vegeta kind of shocks him when he kind of powers up and he's kind of like pushing him a little bit right there. I thought that was kind of cool too. But I do love the whole little fight style, how he's fucking up the whole Z Fighters and just hit them with pressure points, throwing them to the side. Like, bro, why are y'all even challenging me? Like, do y'all not know what, bro? Like, that's why I couldn't be a god, because that stuff right there would just piss me off. Like, why would you
don't you know who I am?
Like, bro, like,
who grabbed him from behind? Was it Gohan? And he's like twirled around and like, neck chop.
I think that was Gohan.
It was Gohan.
Yeah, I think so, because he knocked Gohan down real quick, Gotenks, because they had transformed and shit, and then they talking about all this for a pudding. Yeah, I ain't never ate this shit before, bro.
Game changing.
Y'all talking about his patty? Well, okay, show me his patty then. Show me his patty, bro. And ain't none of y'all had nothing to say about it. And then, I mean, Boo was low key being a little bit greedy right there, man.
It's
you know,
Boo. I mean, what did you want from him?
But see, that's the one thing. If I'm Bulma, I'm mad at my staff, because why ain't nobody come up and be like, hey, we got more pudding in the back. We can make some more. This is the richest bitch in the world. Like, pudding ain't nothing. Like, we can get pudding.
Like, we'll run to the store and get some pudding mix. It won't be that long.
Like, we ain't that's the only time I would have been like, what am I paying y'all for? And y'all ain't diffusing situations or nothing. Like, what is y'all even here for?
The worst part is, you knew Majin Buu was coming. Give this man his own fridge of pudding. That's a big boy right there.
She low-key probably thought this man can make his own food, and what? It's like,
those are both good points.
It's like, man. But you know, the whole situation is just funny. I do like that they put Boo in there and you kind of get a little bit of him kind of fighting and stuff like that, but it was no way he can compete. And that was a good way to kind of tear Beerus over him. You know what I mean?
Real quick, let's go side question real quick. If it was Kid Boo, do you think he would blow up the planet being pissed off and no pudding?
No. It when it got to that point, Beerus was so much more stronger than him him getting mad at Beerus probably would have got him destroyed. Like I don't, I just I don't see
Ooh, that's a
Beerus.
good point.
I don't see Beerus allowing him to even get that close to destroying the planet.
I have to disagree with you, and I actually have some. I think we have some evidence to point to the contrary, because it pretty much happens in Resurrection of F, where Beerus just lets Frieza blow up the planet.
But see, that's different. That's like Frieza. That's Frieza, Goku. They're having their own battle. Like he's not going to jump into that battle. If me and you having a situation and you get angry and you're like. Basically, like instead of like turning into your kid form, you're like, I'm about to go get a gun. You know, I'm not gonna allow you to go get a gun. Like it's just, I just no. Like what the fuck? I just don't.
I'm like,
that
hey, right here. I'm gonna go get
the gun. Get the gun.
You brought that TikTok. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I got it from. Get the gun.
But I just feel like I just don't see Beerus sitting there like what. Hell nah, like what the fuck? Because I just feel like that's disrespectful. I'm supposed to be the god of destruction and you blowing up planets and I'm right here? Like, oh hell no. Nah. And now I gotta hear about this from the Supreme Guys? Nah, it ain't.
Okay.
Like, how y'all both on the planet and he the one that blew it up? That's you sure you doing your job? Now you gotta kill a Supreme Kai because he talking shit. Now you about to die. Like it's crazy. Like because they lives connected. Because it's you low key, I'm surprised the Supreme Kai don't talk more shit to Beerus. Because wow,
yeah, if I were him, I would talk so much shit. Like, hey, Lord Beerus, you bitch, what are you gonna do? Kill me?
Go ahead, man. My life is tattered to yours. I really don't think you do a good job. You know what I mean? You out here going to sleep for 80 years, for 90 years. We out here doing all this shit. Then you looking confused when Zeno want to blow it up to looking at us like it's our fault. This is your fault. Because I would have been all opponents.
Beerus, did I ever tell you look like a purple ball sack?
He'd be like, oh, you better watch it. What you gonna do? You gonna blow me up? Shut me up? Go ahead. Go ahead, shut me up so you can shut yourself up. Whis looking like, damn, he got you, man. He got you. What you gonna say? You know what I mean? Going to my next, like, I'm gonna have to go with the whole Bulma actually kind of getting slapped. And I'm kind of going from the perspective of it's a lot of moments in Dragon Ball, which I will say there are moments where Bulma does get tapped up a little bit in Dragon Ball. She don't always get freely, but there's a lot of moments where Bulma does things, and you'd be like, I don't see why she talking to some of the strongest people in the world and not getting like understanding that you are a peasant, you are a piece of paper in this situation. I could easily get rid of you.
She's rich, man. Rich people don't understand.
Oh well, he let her know. He let her know real quick because she stayed on the ground for a second too. She didn't try to jump up because he slapped her, but he ain't slapped her that hard. You know what I mean? Like he slapped her, but he ain't slapped her hard enough for her to act like Yamcha for about 20 minutes. Come on, man. I guess she wanted to kind of help with Vegeta because she kind of seen him probably get power up a little bit. But that whole moment, I do like that. Like my Bulma. Because that's the first time you see Vegeta actually get angry and power up for somebody other than Goku, like wanting to beat Goku or power up to fight Goku. This was the first time you seen this man actually like, you know what, fuck this shit. This bitch actually pay the bills. I can't live where I'm gonna live when you kill her. The fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's I love this.
It's like, who am I gonna take baths with?
You know what I mean? Like, man.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Because I guess that would be more canon to this movie because that Daiba is right after the end of Z Boo arc.
Yeah, but smacking Bulma easily one of the best moments of all of Dragon Ball history. You know, for years it's always back and forth. Okay, Goku's stronger, Vegeta stronger, Goku's stronger, and at that moment, Vegeta overtook Goku for that slight moment. And gave it his all against Beerus. Granted, it wasn't a lot, but for that good 15 seconds, he gave it his all against Beerus. And like you said earlier, like we never see him, you know, showcase his love and care for Bulma. You know, it's probably hidden behind doors. This is the first time, my Bulma. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. You probably think from Vegeta's perspective, like you talking about I don't love you, but we got a whole kid. I had to do something with you. Like, something had to be done. Like, oh man. But like, yeah, I swear one of the best moments.
Real quick, all right. Let's switch it up real quick. If she smacks Frieza, she's dying instantly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she would have.
No.
She would have. I don't even know if she would have got that close to smack Frieza.
If she smacks Frieza, she dies slowly.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably.
Frieza would probably drop back down to the form with the horns
which version of Frieza are we talking about? Like, are we talking about the first form? Are we talking in his final form? Or are we talking about like first form?
First, because he's more savage in the first form.
I think he'll kill him slowly. I think he'll kill her slowly in his first form. And in his last form, it'll be more instantly. I think he'll be like, "Fuck, what the fuck?" Like how he kills Krillin, and yeah. But like when he's in his first form, he's killing like the Namex and them and stuff. Like he's just like kind of zapping them and shit. Even when he comes back in Resurrect the next movie, the Frieza Resurrection, he starts to zap them in his first form. Like he likes to play with them, but when he actually transforms, that's when he's like getting serious. So that's the perspective I would go with. But I mean, if you're talking like every villain, Cell, he probably would have just sucked her up. She would have been gone. I mean, Boo would have killed her. He did that quick. I mean, he already showed you he would have killed her. King Piccolo.
No, King Piccolo would not have instantly killed her. King Piccolo was probably the most vicious of all the villains.
That's an interesting. I'll have to rewatch for me to be able to tell you how I feel about King Piccolo. I know he killed a lot of people, but I don't know if it was like instantly. Like, oh, see, that's interesting. But see, when he first comes into play, he's old too, though. So you don't know if that's what he would have done if he was kind of young. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like
Piccolo hardly kills anyone. You got to remember, he sends his henchmen to kill all the fighters.
But he did blow up a whole town. You know, like all those lives add up, unless you're saying they all evacuated. But that
Maybe
was like at least that was about at least 100,000 right there, like just easily. But going on to our last, like, I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. Do I have my? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the last one. I like at the end of the movie, you kind of get, a telling of how much power Beerus used. They give us 70%, which, if you watch Super and a little bit more of the manga, we don't know if that's been retconned a bit, but he says he's used about 70% of his power in that fight. So it's like, Goku kind of got up there. So it's like, but then I think it's just a little funny that like right after that you have Whis kind of just knock his ass out real quick. Like, hey, you might be the strongest, but you know who the strongest is. You know what I mean? But all right, what about you guys? What is your third light? I'll let you go, Josh.
So I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's a part in the movie where Goku fights Beerus, right?
Oh man.
The part after he loses the god power and he goes Super Saiyan and rushes him, it was so I love the look because Beerus has that purple aura and Goku has that golden aura, and it made me felt a lot like the end of the demon arc in Yu Yu Hakusho, where Yusuke is shooting the demon gun and he starts to run out of energy and it turns into a spirit gun so he can finally damage Yomi, and then he starts shooting the sacred energy. I don't know, it made me feel a lot like that.
I feel that. I like the whole like I won't let you destroy my world. And then it just kind of powers up from that moment, because I think that's when he like got hit all the way back to base, and then he kind of goes right into Super Saiyan and kind of is able to keep up with Beerus, and then you just sit back like, hold up, like did he just grow in power? Which it took like a second for, I guess, Beerus to kind of acknowledge that, for Goku to kind of know that happened, but shit. that whole little scene right there is fucking amazing. I do like how the anime does it a little bit better when they take the scene where he kind of falls down into the earth and he falls into the water and he kind of thinking back and all the situation. Then he kind of shoots back up from the water and shit like that. I thought that was pretty. I wish they would have kept that in this. And also another thing, the Vegeta when he catches him, when he falls out of the air and he catches him before he hits the ground. I wish they would have kept that too. Man, that's two anime moments that I'm like, they did a little better in the anime. If y'all remember those parts.
Yeah.
But the anime just had a lot of advantages. It had more time.
And they changed the location of the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
It went from I think from behind the capsule course to like actually on the water. So
Yeah, and they had more time, and they also had a frame of reference. They said, okay, this was the movie. How could we elevate it?
true. So that gives us a little bit of hope with the new little series that they're about to drop, retelling of the Battle of Gods. You know, we've kind of shoot out the idea of maybe telling from a different perspective. I mean, there's some scenes they can kind of expand on, kind of add on. I would kind of like to see a little bit more of the lore of Beerus, a little bit more of the situation of like, it seemed like everybody kind of knew about Beerus and we trying to figure out how, because I mean, like Frieza knew about Beerus and all these people know about Beerus, which it seemed like, you know, a little bit of a retcon because nobody talks about him in Z, but you know, it's like everybody knew about him. But like, why do everybody know? Like, I want to know more about that, a little bit of his history, and I feel like that would be kind of cool to explore.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Kevin. What's your last one?
It's gonna be a mixture of what you guys said, like what Goku said, "I want to destroy my world." Goku fading out with his aura. But for me, if I had to go different, I liked at the end of the fight where they're giving each other respect. Like Goku's like, you know what? I can't beat you, even if I tried 100 times. I can't beat you right now. And then Beerus giving her respect to Goku as well too. Like that right there was, you know what? That's a good ending. And like I said, a foundation, for he's like, you know what? When you do get stronger again, let's do this match again.
This is where he came up with the whole "you the second strongest person I fought." This is where he came up with that. Yeah. And then we figure out later it's some bullshit person that he uses, which I always wonder if that's true or if there's actually another. It'd be interesting if there's actually another actual strong ass motherfucker. It'd be crazy that they haven't brought him into play though, because I mean we just had our whole universe was about to get destroyed and you didn't want to bring this man into, but it'd be interesting if it was another nigga out there another person out there that was strong. You know what I mean? Black History Month. Come on, man.
I feel like Beerus was understanding Goku as they're fighting. How ditzy he is at the time. He's like, you know what? Let me keep this man motivated so we can have that epic battle one day.
I can see that too. Low key, he's low key kind of building up his own challenge and for the future, which sometimes you got to do. You got to build your villain or your superhero because it's like I'm the strongest person in the world. It's like who else is going to challenge me? Let me give you a reason. Which at least Goku is the type of person where the challenge is enough to get him to fight him. Beerus doesn't have to go down there and like kill people and make him want to have revenge to get a fight from him. You know what I mean? Like he can just go down there and just flex on Goku and Goku that enough and make Goku like, oh nah, I can't go. Like, you know what I mean? So like I always like that about Goku. So now we can go ahead and swing right into things we disliked if you got one.
I got one, and it kind of goes into what you just said. Like I like where you're coming from in that, but like multiple times Beerus says, I'm looking for a rival. He has a rival. He already has a rival. Monaka, the dude with the nipples. I mean, why does he need someone else? No, he's got a twin brother who is his rival.
Yeah, but he's nowhere near a rival though. Like he don't even see Champa as really serious. You know what I mean? So I can feel it. Then that's more like a universal type of thing. They're really probably ain't even supposed to be seeing each other as much as they be seeing each other low key. That low key probably, if it was really somebody out there supposed to be doing their jobs, that probably one of them probably be getting killed. But seems like Zeno's really lenient.
Yeah, he is. He's got better stuff to do than his job.
And then they always wonder why nobody doing their job. That's why I want to see these other universes. I want to what's making them want to keep shit going and stuff like that. Like, who on top of them? Because it can't be Xeno. It must be the Grand Priest. Which I always said, I feel like that'd be a nice little arc, having Goku train with the Grand Priest. Because when they said the Grand Priest was like the 7th strongest or the 3rd or strong, oh man, this tier of but it just makes you wonder who these people are, bro. Like, who is on top of that motherfucker? Like, Jesus. Because I really don't think Xeno on top of him. Because if Whis is on top of Beerus, I just would feel like the angels would be on top of just their gods of destruction, no matter what. Like, they would have to be strong enough to kind of just circumvent the bullshit if they did some bullshit. They'll have to be able to rewind it. So I would figure Grand Priest would have to be strong enough to do that. You would think so. But then I'll be surprised if Grand Priest like, oh hell no, if he blow it up, it's gone. It's done. That's why we had to bring this dragon. That's the only way, low key. But let's go ahead into. Do you got a dislike, Coach Kevin?
Not really. If I want to bitch about something, I'll probably say, Goten and Trunks still being little ass kids after X amount of years.
But so was Goku.
Yeah, but we've been with them for so long. I'd rather, have them as teenagers. I mean, I'm just nitpicking.
I'm with you.
If you got to find something to be angry about, I wish they could be a little bit older. See them at least grow a little bit.
Like maybe like teen Gohan when he was in, Cell. You know what I mean?
True.
But Goku looked like he was 10 until he was 18.
That's true too. So it's kind of, it depends on how you look at the storyline. How much time do you think the beginning of Dragon Ball?
We never know.
You would, yeah.
It just depends on if Toriyama remembered how he wrote it or not, or if he changed it completely.
No key.
And that's one of the things. Like, you can absolutely tell that this movie was a Toriyama project. Like, you can tell the stuff that he was greatly involved in, mostly because it centers around Pilaf.
True.
Dude's got a big fat Pilaf boner.
And the fact that they literally bring them back, and then I guess having them as kids, everybody kind of act like they don't remember who these people are, and they can remember them, which is so surprising to me because Pilaf is so recognizable. It ain't like he looks different at all.
No one else looks like a little blue gremlin.
Yeah, he's blue.
Maybe
I've never seen any other Dragon Ball character that looks anything like him.
Even the dog, like, I feel like you would be like, you know what? Give somebody giving us don't they look like the motherfuckers we fought like with Dragon Ball?
No.
This is a little something. But wouldn't they be older? Like, even what's her name slip up when she was like, how old are you? And she was like 40. And Bulma looked at her like, what the fuck? Like, Pilaf had to hit her like, oh, stop playing.
You know what it's all about? Because they've been in so many battles, they probably got so much brain damage they don't remember how the people they even met.
Or they just they're so insignificant to like them, and to the point like, could they even really kill us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that to me, I would be surprised if they even tried to kill Bulma, even though that would be the only person they probably could really kill. I just wouldn't even think they would try that, because just the fact that Bulma is so connected. I would say Bulma is the most connected person in Z.
I don't know. Didn't Mai try to kill Bulma in Dragon Ball Evolution and it didn't work out for her?
You know what I mean? And that was Bulma. That was a whole different Bulma that had like fighting and she can shoot guns and shit like that. So think about the Bulma that got the gods of destruction on her side, the Saiyans, all the Saiyans on her side. Like,
mind you, she has Whis on speed dial.
She does have Whis on speed dial. That's
speed
a flex,
dial, okay? Yeah, super flex. You want to fuck with me? Yo,
at the end of Dragon Ball, she going to the mall with the boo. She don't need security.
She's the Godfather.
I bet she wish a motherfucker would. A motherfucker would, man. For my dislike, I think we kind of talked about. I just kind of wish Beerus was just a little bit more evil. I wish he had a little bit more of a presence in this movie where you kind of felt like, okay, this was going to be like Ender. It was going to be an Ender type of thing. Other thing I would say is like I felt like rewatching this movie, we can kind of tell that this movie was kind of the start of them kind of testing in CGI into the animations and stuff like that. So kind of seeing the different animations and stuff like that was kind of interesting. I'm not gonna say I disliked it, but I could say it was to me it was a little. Some of it was a little out of place. It seemed a little interesting. Like to me, it kind of gave like a movie to a gameplay feel a little bit. In my imagination, how I'm seeing, I don't know if y'all feel the same way. Just some scenes where how Beerus was moving, it seemed like a gameplay, a little bit of a play.
Yeah, but one thing about the Dragon Ball franchise, they like to test things. You know what I mean? Like look at superheroes. It was a whole 3D model movie. Like they like to test the boundaries of the animators and animation in general. So I wouldn't surprise that there was that maybe like let's see how far we get with this, and then let's perfect this, and we can maybe do a whole 3D model movie.
What you can argue, Dragon Ball Z has always low-key been that testing grounds for a lot of anime to kind of take what they done and kind of revolutionize it. Because just the CGI market, and now you got all these other anime movies kind of doing that same thing, and they're kind of taking that CGI and actually doing it a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But them actually bringing it into play at first, getting it into people's heads, you know what I mean? So
because they're like, oh shit, Dragon Ball did it. Maybe we can do that too.
You know what I mean? Like let's.
Dragon Ball's a good testing ground because we're part of the fandom. We'll complain all day long if we don't like something. That's not going to stop us from watching the next one.
For sure.
Everybody Dragon Ball. I don't want to say Dragon Ball's bulletproof, but it's pretty damn close. There's not a lot they could do to make it stop at this point.
And it's so nostalgic. So many people love Dragon Ball.
That's one of the biggest things. Yep.
The crazy part is they have reused so many characters all over again. Guess what? We still fucking watch it. If they drop a cooler movie, guess what? We're gonna fucking watch it. If they drop another Frieza movie, we're gonna fucking watch it again.
Frieza's been about 10 times.
Well, yeah, they've proven that because they're like, hey, look, we made Dragon Ball Z, but we cut half of it out, and we're like, oh shit. We'll check that out.
And they literally, instead of remaking their series, they take their old series, reboot that, make it better for everybody, kind of watch it in a new generation, and literally still make money off of it. So that to me would be crazy if they just said we're just gonna reboot Z again, and then still be like fucking not even do the Galactical Patrol, which would have been crazy. I'm glad they didn't do that bullshit, but which they still could kind of do with GT low key. I would be okay with them doing a redo of GT
with better pacing.
Better pacing. They can low key kind of keep some of the same stories, just kind of flesh them out a little bit better. Try to figure out how to connect them better with the storylines, what you got going on, and then I think that'll be interesting. Low key, if y'all can figure out how to turn Daima into GT, low key,
you kind of. At this point, nobody gives a fuck about if it's canon anymore.
Okay.
We're going to watch it.
People still do because they just like to argue, but I don't. What's canon to me? Everything. It's all canon. It all happened. It all happened at the same time.
Sometimes they can't. You watch the story, and sometimes the story can't even remember what's canon. So it's like, come on, man. Let's just let it go, man. If it happened, it happened. If you liked it, you liked it. Let's. But okay, let's go.
Oh shit! They had tails.
I still think the way he over retconned the Super Saiyan transformation and making it just a tingle in the back is always going to be the biggest. The biggest.
Yeah, I'm becoming a Saiyan.
Nope, just a spider bite.
You know what I mean? You don't need a real loss triggering moment of anger or pocket to pull that anger out. No, you just need that tingle in the back. If Goku would have felt that, he wouldn't even. Krillin wouldn't even need to die. That's what I would have said, low key. I wouldn't need to blown up. He could have did that before.
You really fucked up, Goku. Just tingle your back a little bit, buddy.
All right, you guys got an overall rate. We're gonna close it up with this.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good introduction to bring back, Dragon Ball after X amount of years.
For sure, for sure.
It was a good, safe movie.
For sure. I will say, I was something I was talking about earlier. I felt like this movie was so quick. I don't know why, but I felt like for a movie that like is almost like 2 hours, it had like such a fast feel to it. And one thing I think, oh yeah, you probably could say it, Josh, because you.
No, you're right. Like it was a actual full length movie, which we'd never gotten from Dragon Ball before. But yeah, like there were no stakes to it. We talked about that earlier. It never felt like Beerus was going to destroy the Earth. You could tell from the first time he started talking to Goku, he was not going to blow up the world at the end of this movie. Spoiler alert.
Or even, I think just him going to the Bulma birthday party and interacting with the people and actually going around and dance. Like he never gave off, I'm gonna blow up. Like he gave off, this. I woke up early. I might as well just go around and see what's going on. Let me see what's going on over there on this other side of the planet, on the universe type shit. And then that's what I felt like this movie was type of shit. We kind of get introduced to, the Dragon Ball Z world is bigger than what we thought. That's why I really feel like this movie was.
I just thought about
another thing.
No, go ahead, Josh.
Beerus tells him there are all these universes at the end. Like, so they know Beerus has counterparts in other universes. So why does he need a rival?
True.
Get off your fucking ass and go to another universe. There's plenty of rivals there. In fact, why doesn't he go invade the other universes?
But I think they also got
some gumption.
I think they're supposed to be stuck in their own universe. But I think it's also to kind of give Beerus a reason to not to be sleeping all the time. I think that's kind of reason why he's not doing his job, because there ain't no reason to do my job. Y'all want me out here and ain't nothing out here to do.
Because I think Beerus looking at the other universes like, they got some strong ass, people over there. Let me build up Universe 7 and make them as strong as well too. I mean, he's building up a Saiyan army. If you really think about it, he has Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Gohan now on his side. I think he's trying to build up an army. They maybe do a end of tournament towards the end of Super to see who is the strongest universe.
Just wait till Pan gets into it.
But you gotta think what's so crazy though. For the longest amount of time, Frieza from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z was low-key kind of the god of destruction, going around and just low-key doing Beerus' job, blowing up planets and stuff like that. So the fact that it literally took to a point for somebody to get stronger than Frieza to kind of make Beerus have to kind of like, damn, I gotta kind of do something now. And like they actually kind of getting stronger type shit. So at the end of the day, everything always come back to Frieza. Ooh, that's interesting.
Not incorrect.
But if I had to give my rate, I think this will be the last one. I have to actually agree with Kevin. I think he did an 8 out of 10. I don't remember. What was yours, Josh?
I didn't give one. You just skipped me. I started to give it, then you started talking.
What was yours, Josh?
I'm not going to be anything special. The same 8 out of 10. Like I think it was. I completely agree with you guys. It was a great movie, and it was a great introduction back to Dragon Ball Z. But it just never felt like there were any stakes. But it's with Resurrection of F. Like you don't think, no matter how strong Frieza gets, I don't know. I even feel like when Black Frieza comes back, he's going to get his ass whooped.
No, I don't know.
It's hard for me to take Frieza seriously, but I do. I
think they do need to kind of build him up, though. I wish they would kind of build Frieza up a little bit, like have him go around. Probably like, I want him to kill Beerus. I want him to be the one to kill Beerus, low key. If he killed Beerus, that to me would be the best build up ever. Like, because it's like nobody else could do it. We'd be kept acting like nobody else was even at his level. So now they have finally given us to a point. Now we over this motherfucker. We can actually go past Z now. You know what I mean? Like that'd be so fucking interesting. But who knows? We still got so much more to come. I can't wait for us to get more news on the Galactic Patrol arc, when that's actually going to be coming out, when we actually got a date. I think they told us that the Beerus retelling is actually going to be coming out in this winter coming up. So that's interesting. I can't wait to see that, which makes us, we've been all thinking like they haven't been working on no Dragon Ball, but they low-key had to be working on something, unless this is just some re-imaging from the actual Beerus movie, which would be funny as hell. But I hope not. But I low-key can't wait for it. I've been waiting for some more Dragon Ball Z content, even though I want them to bring the manga back too, so we can kind of explore more Dragon Ball Z content, new Dragon Ball Z content, because all this Galactical Patrol, I know more from the manga, but I want to kind of see more story myself.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys before we kind of wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm interested what's the Beerus going to be about, because I don't want to retell another Super movie. Give me an hour backstory. How they did the Bardock backstory. Give me something like that. Like, how did Beerus become a god? Where just give me something. I want more lore towards Beerus, just to see the type of person he is, how he grew up, why did he get selected to be a god? Just those type of things, because there's so many ways you could tell the story, and I think that's pretty cool to see how Beerus became the strongest, how easy the strongest.
I agree with you completely. That's what I would like to see. But I think what we're going to see is Dragon Ball Super Kai, where they cut down each arc into about half as long as it is, with some stuff getting better animation, and they're putting it out as filler to hold us over.
Yeah, they said they're going to, I think right after this, they're looking to do the Frieza, and then I think they're going to, the only arc I think that really needs this the most is the Goku Black arc. That's the arc I low-key feel like they should have just started with. Like, we gonna go ahead and just bring y'all back that arc, because we know we kind of we gonna do this the right way and give y'all a good arc, man. That's the only arc I low-key want them to kind of bring back. And
real quick, that arc had the highs of the highest and some of the lowest of the lowest.
Like, man, like, it's a lot of stuff.
I was thinking that was all over the place, and it's not like, oh, it was so great, then it got bad. It was like, oh man, this is great. That sucked. That's great. That sucked.
Like, every episode was you just didn't know what you were gonna get. But a lot of good moments, low key, from that arc
give me a headache.
Came from Vegeta, especially how they were trying to explain the time travel and all. They should have just they was confusing us, and we low key knew it from the old story. I'm like, they changing the net, like, and that's where I can low key understand why people be like, Toriyama don't even be remembering when he said 3 pages ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bruh.
I think he'd admitted to that several times. It's like, I'm not gonna go reread that shit. I made it years ago.
What you think, man? You know, I'm the author. When I say go, I feel that. Man, if I say Goku can do this, even though I say he couldn't do that before, fuck it.
If I say Saiyans never had tails, they never had tails, and you're remembering it wrong.
That's crazy. You're like, okay, you know what? But with that, we're basically going to wrap up today's episode. I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys for coming on and talking with me and reviewing this movie with us and stuff like that, and kind of going back and having this nostalgic moment, you know what I mean? So I just want to thank you guys for listening to us, and we got some episodes coming out. Hopefully, my plan is to kind of do some more of these Dragon Ball Z movies and kind of redo some more of the reviews, especially since it's supposed to be coming back. So kind of using these movies to kind of hold y'all over with some Dragon Ball Z content. Because we were trying to do the arcs, but we haven't really came back to the finishing the Dragon Ball Z arcs from the Dragon Ball. But we can do these movies. They're actually, the regular Dragon Ball movies are so quick. Like, it's so funny. Like, some of them are like 50 minutes, 40 minutes. Like, I'm surprised that some of them are movies. They like long specials to me, but we're going to probably go back and do a lot of those movies. So
I'm down.
With that, I just want to say peace, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go ahead and plug yourself before we close out.
All right. You guys can find me on YouTube at Culture Anime, where we talk about a bunch of anime, and Raysean's a freaking guest, where we talk about Boruto.
Peace. About you, Josh?
You guys can find me on YouTube as well. You can also find me on Facebook and MySpace. And Raysean is literally never on because we can only podcast apparently in the middle of the night, since one of our hosts who shows up a third of the time decided so. But we talk about Digimon.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it wasn't, well, because Raysean said it ain't nothing to do with me. He ain't even invited me. So, you know, I'll try to make it whenever I can make it. But
If we ever did something that wasn't like episode 14 of a new Digimon series, I would invite you. But I just, it's not that I don't think you have anything to add to the middle of it. I just think you'd be more like, what the hell's going on? I missed 13 episodes.
Yeah. Because then I have to watch all those episodes to keep up. So yeah, that's why I've been trying to do more like these movies. You just watch one movie, kind of caught up with everything you need to. But I don't want to keep this going too long. I want to go ahead and say I'm gonna have all their links and stuff below. If you want to know more about Digimon, you can hit up Josh. If you want to know more about Boruto and Black Clover, you can hit up my boy Kevin. I have all his links and stuff below. And with that, I just want to say peace.